Hello YouTubers. A few days ago, I received a comment from a Christian who said that I cannot possibly understand biblical scripture because I am an atheist. This Christian doesn't realize that I was a Catholic for 20 years of my life. Well, I say 20. I don't know that I count my indoctrination period as actually being a Catholic because I really wasn't in a position to embrace this belief system, but I was exposed to the ideology and the teachings. In fact, I am going to take a moment to prove that I was indeed indoctrinated. Yeah. So I decided to dig up some old family pictures. Yeah. Take a look at this. See that little guy? That little guy with the Jesus and the Mary statue of Saint Teresa in his hands? That's me. Yeah. That's me about 26, 27 years ago. Got another one. This is a picture of me with my baby bottle feeding that very same statue of Jesus. Yeah, see a little statue of the Blessed Virgin there as well. You cannot get any better proof of indoctrination than that. I mean, well, we didn't have a Jesus Camp documentary back then. Anyway, but then the wheels in my head began turning, and I began thinking, you other atheists, you guys probably don't understand the Bible at all. You don't understand Christianity at all. So I've decided to kind of explain Christianity, the story of Christianity. All right. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and everything in the earth for humankind. Mankind at the time, because there was only one man and no women. God didn't reach in and pull Adam's rib out yet and make a woman for him. And finally, when there was a man and a woman, these two people were living blissfully in a beautiful garden that God had made for them. And they were happy. God was happy. And God planted a tree of knowledge, and told man, humankind, not to eat of it. Naturally, a snake came along. Yeah, a snake, as snakes often do, and convinced the woman to convince the man to eat of the tree of knowledge. Naturally, mankind complied. This upset God, justifiably. I mean, of all the things that man could have done, he could have killed his woman. He could have raped her. He could have been abusive. He could have enslaved her. He could have in some way perverted nature. Didn't do any of that. He pursued knowledge. So justifiably, God was very, very upset. So God decided, in his infinite and just wisdom, to damn man and all of his descendants to death. Which we learn later on in the book, if you ever care to read it. That death actually means eternal fire. Yeah. This is certainly justified. FYI, don't pursue knowledge because God really doesn't like it when you do that. God is threatened by knowledge. So, a few thousand years later, God decides, I'm ready to forgive man. I am ready to bury the hatchet. So I know what you're thinking. God so easily could have just said, I forgive man. I'm God. I'm the supreme author and controller of all things. All is forgiven. No, but God has a plan. God always has a plan, and it's always very complicated. We can't possibly understand it. God decides to come down to earth as a man and sacrifice himself to appease himself, so that he can forgive all of us for something that we didn't do. I know, it's a little complicated, but it actually makes sense to God. So God does this. He comes down as a man, as a human being. And humankind, well, a few humans are God, and decide to kill him. Maybe for all those years of being damned, I don't know. God goes back to heaven and forgives all of us. Yeah, I think that's the story, the entire story of Christianity. So, all of us, humankind, humanity, are damned for pursuing knowledge for a crime that we all didn't do, and we're all saved for an action that we didn't take part in. Where does personal salvation come in? I don't know, it seems very strange to me that by pursuing knowledge, humanity was damned, but by killing God, humanity is saved. Christians, help me out here. I think I'm missing something. What do I know? I'm an atheist. Yeah. I got the story all backwards. Yeah.
Now, if you had a reaction against that, it's like the frog being thrown in the hot water. You'd say, well, no, I would never be convinced by anything he just said. But he didn't get there but little. Sit down, John. He got there little by little by little. Okay? These are not questions that you guys haven't asked, or that you haven't thought, or that I haven't asked, or that I haven't thought. Why would God put me in this situation, this human condition, because of what two people did how many years ago? That's not a question that you don't ask. And when he phrases it like, why is it that we should be damned for pursuing knowledge, but saved for killing God? That's a valid statement, but it's not accurate. Okay? Man wanted to be like God, therefore received death. God became like man to show us how to be like him so we might receive life. That's a different way of saying the story.
Can you make a YouTube account and post videos of you talking like in reply to this guy?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could, but... But the thing is this. Do you see? The goal was, I tried to give you a different understanding of skepticism without just telling you what it was. It does have a real end. All right?
I don't understand the seventh question.
Hand it up. That's okay.
Wait, what if we're not done?
Well, you got a minute.
Less than.
Yeah, I'm sure less than.